All right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And right now, it is being said that Nicki Minaj was right about the Grammys. Let's see what she said, y'all.
After year, the Grammys get slightly weirder. But in 2026, things got much worse. From CeeLo Green and his son appearing on the red carpet looking like demons, to Justin Bieber's underwear performance that looked more like a cry for help than a concert, and Lady Gaga's yearly ritual in front of millions, the Grammys once again proved the Hollywood elite are a bunch of weirdos. Proving that whether you like her or hate her, Nicki was talking facts. Today, we're looking at the moments that prove Nicki Minaj was telling the truth about the Grammys. Just a few days ago, we spoke about Nicki Minaj going to war with the industry on X. Not only did she come at Jay-Z, but she also called out the Grammys directly. Nicki tweeted, "As they do their ritual tonight, God Almighty will reveal himself to them. The ritual will backfire on them. God will not be mocked." Now, Nicki was saying this after being mocked during the opening monologue for her relationship with Trump. She took that opportunity to call the Grammys out for what they really are, a yearly ritual for the Hollywood elite. While I've pointed out before that Nicki might be the wrong messenger, I can't deny that
She's definitely the wrong messenger. That's why I'm looking like, Nicki, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, you was part of this shit. What the fuck you mean?
Is 100% right about the Grammys. If you don't believe me, this year's show is all the proof you need. The 2026 Grammys once again proved it isn't an award show, it's a scripted ceremony where industry puppets go to amuse the elite, performing strange rituals while receiving meaningless admiration. They prop up these idols on stage and tell you exactly why you should praise them, even while those same celebrities are performing in their boxers just to amuse their overlords. If you think what you're shown at the Grammys is just random or simply art, you couldn't be more wrong. All of these performances are strategically designed to subliminally tell a deeper message. That's exactly what we saw from Justin Bieber's performance. This year, Justin's set isn't going viral because of the music. It's going viral because of how he chose to show up. Justin walked onto the stage wearing nothing but purple satin boxers, socks, and his guitar.
Justin Bieber is clearly going through some things, and I know we all see it. We all been seeing it. And it's been happening for some years. And that's usually what happens, unfortunately, with child stars, man. We watch them grow up in this music business, in this entertainment business. And then when they get older, they lash out. They start doing drugs. They get fucked over. Because when they child stars, 9 times out of 10, like their lawyer fuck them over. Their mom and dad fuck them over. They be getting fucked over, man, because they kids they been taken advantage of. And then when they get old enough, they start realizing who was taking advantage of them, and then turn to drugs and start spiraling out of control. I just saw that Amanda Bynes girl, like, she looks manny. She looks crazy. Like, these child stars, bro, they start losing it.
Defeated look on his face, he started singing Yukon. The internet instantly called out how strange this looked. Why was Justin at one of the most prestigious events in the world in his underwear? Was this just for shock value? Or was he trying to tell the world something much more sinister? Ever since rumors started circulating that Justin could have been one of Diddy's victims, he hasn't been the same. We all saw that period where he was acting erratically in public, and many assumed it was because he was feeling the pressures of his past coming to light, including those talks of an alleged tape with Diddy. Recently, Justin has begun appearing defeated in public, and this performance furthered that narrative. On the surface, you could interpret this as Justin showing vulnerability or being stripped of his innocence. Performing in his boxers is a clear metaphor for how the industry—
What do y'all think that is? What do y'all think the message is behind this? Hey, Justin, we want you to perform at the Grammys this year. All right, I'm going to do it. And then he talks with his team. Do y'all think he even talked with his team? If they know, was they in the loop? Obviously, they had to do rehearsals. You got to do rehearsals for Grammys, so did they know? Did the Grammy board know, hey, I'm going to perform in my boxers tonight? And the question is, why? What was the statement behind you coming on stage in socks and boxers with a guitar and performing? What's the message there? There's got to be a statement. What statement are you making? What message are you trying to send? What do y'all think it is?
Stripped them down to nothing and left them feeling naked in front of the world. But I believe it goes even deeper. To me, this seems like a direct nod to the abuse he experienced while growing up in the Hollywood system. How those in the industry took his innocence and tore away at it piece by piece. This is what they made him do behind the scenes to make it big. In Hollywood's twisted way, it's also a form of humiliation. They want to show that at the end of the day, these stars are just circus freaks who will perform in their underwear for your entertainment. This performance shows Hollywood's obsession with placing the truth in plain sight. For years, people talked about the Yummy music video being an exposure of secret industry parties. Now I see that more than ever. Justin is sending that same message here. He was yummy to those Hollywood elites. His performance proves exactly why there were so many high-profile music industry names in those recent Epstein files. He isn't just singing a song, he's showing us his scars.
This shit is crazy, bro. I swear to God. All this goddamn entertainment shit that's now starting to come to light is sickening, because it leaves, before a lot of people would be like, huh? What? Nah, hell no, that shit ain't true. Nah, that. But now it's just like the way that they held that Epstein files from coming out instead of just putting it out, it made it a bigger thing. And it made the talks bigger of who was involved, what all entertainers. And then the Diddy shit happening just poured fuel all over that. And then now we're here, and then now you're starting to see names come out, and Jay-Z and Pusha T, and it just started making you look at all these motherfuckers weird. Nicki Minaj lashing out. Like, what is up with her? Is she really tripping? Is she off drugs? Is this some mental shit? Or is that just her being 100, being organic? I don't know. I don't even know how to read if Nicki is okay. I'm looking at Nicki like something's wrong with her too. Like something is off. She's mentally going through it. Something is off with Justin Bieber. Clear as day, something's off with him. And I know drugs was involved for sure. And we all know drugs. We saw it happening with, what was her name? Britney Spears, the last child star that was booming. Big as shit. She was one of the biggest. And look what happened to her. Then she crashed out, and they started to say, what is saying, schizophrenia and all kind of stuff. Kanye West, all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that story. I think we did a Pun Solve Mysteries on that, didn't we? On the doctor. Once he went to see that doctor and the trainer, and they took him to that hospital, he never came out the same again, and he's been on his psycho shit ever since. Yeah, it's definitely some handlers in the industry that make sure things get done, and if you don't follow suit, they're going to get you up out the paint. So I believe there are handlers for stuff.
This performance is exactly what Nicki Minaj is talking about. This is what the Grammys are for, presenting the sick, twisted flaws of the music industry as art so fans can cheer and admire it, not realizing they're being shown nothing but demons. Just look at CeeLo Green's red carpet appearance. We often call people in the industry demons figuratively, but CeeLo took it literally. He showed up with his son Lake, wearing blood red contact lenses and heavy black eye makeup to match a bright red outfit. He looked ridiculous, but his son looked like something straight out of the Conjuring movies. Lake had his face painted bone white with hollowed out black eyes, dressed in matching red like his father. This isn't just a fashion choice, it's a representation of how the industry grooms the next generation to keep the tradition alive. Since CeeLo is deep into the dark side of the industry, he's introducing his children to it early. Just like we saw with Will Smith and their children.
I was just about to say that, dog. Like, all these celebrities' kids be weird as fuck. They be weird, like, and it don't come, like, Dwayne Wade and all these motherfuckers, like, it comes from what they see. So I always look at it like that. Your kids are a reflection of you. A lot of the times, your kids are a reflection of you and what they have been, you know what I mean, what they have been shown, what they have been exposed to, what they see going on around the house, what they see their father doing, what they see their mother doing. Your kids are definitely a reflection of you. So, hey, if your kid turn out soft and gay and all that type of shit, that's because you know what I mean? You made them that way. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let that nigga get out there in the streets and fight, nigga. Let him go out there and get his ass whooped a couple times. Yeah, that's y'all. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but
Will and Jada practically raised their children in the industry, and we all saw how that turned out for them. Not only are Jaden and Willow strange, but they have fully taken their place in the Hollywood system. I literally just released a video of Jaden Smith initiating Kai Cenat into the strange world of high fashion. This is what CeeLo and his son were openly showing us at the Grammys. When questioned about the outfit, CeeLo said, "I was born this way."
Because what's going on with the eyes, my guy?
I don't know. What do you see?
Oh, this. What do you mean? These aren't my real eyes? What do you mean?
Are you kidding? I was born this way.
Pay attention to that. He's telling you this is who he really is. This isn't a costume, it's a revelation. And honestly, CeeLo's look was almost as disturbing as Chappell Roan, who showed up in a sheer nipple ring dress that many are calling a tribute to the biblical Salome, the same Salome who demanded the head of John the Baptist. The reason people think this outfit is inspired by the biblical story of Salome is because it actually is. Miguel Castro Freitas, the creator-director of Mugler, stated that his recent collections, including the one Roan's dress was pulled from, were inspired by famous showgirls of history like the Bible Salome. He noted that the character represents human contradictions and the fetishized cliches of the temptress. The symbolism is everywhere in the Grammys if you know where to look. These are the outfit choices that these celebrities have chosen. This is not random. It is all well planned and strategically chosen to tell a deeper message. It all connects back to the industry's overly lustful environment that for the last few years has begun to rapidly show more than ever. All of this shows us a glimpse of the interactions of the industry, and what we see is truly dark, just like we find in Tyler the Creator's performance.
Damn, not Tyler the Creator, man. God damn it. Y'all putting it on Tyler the Creator too. What is Tyler doing? Y'all, God damn, Tyler the Creator too. Nah, I don't get no vibes that he's like trying to push a satanic message or an industry message. I don't. But let's see what they're talking about.
Tyler the Creator's performance, Tyler continued the dark ritualistic pattern with his own stylized set. He came out wearing the chroma plastic mask with an over-the-top hairdo that is clearly meant to represent horns. During the performance, he literally crashes a Ferrari and rises out of the flames. On the surface, it's a career transition, but what it really represents is a death and rebirth ritual. Tyler is showing the world he is being reborn into a new phase in the industry cycle. You have to pay attention to the story the imagery is really telling, not what's put on the surface for your amusement. This is exactly what Nicki Minaj was talking about. This award show was a literal ritual, just like we saw from the Lady Gaga performance. Year after year, Gaga uses the Grammys as her personal playground for high-level symbolism. But this year, she went full pagan ritual. She performed a track—
Now, Lady Gaga, now her? Listen, but here's the thing. This is what I learned, man. Like, when you play with God, when you play with, a higher power, you know what I'm saying, it always comes back to bite you in the ass. Yeah, prime example, Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X was pushing the limits, giving God a lap dance, giving the devil a lap dance, and doing all this shit and going on stage and kissing men and doing all this shit and pushing this message to the kids and shit. And next thing you know, he's walking down Santa Monica with his ass out.
Oh, hell.
He's walking down Santa Monica in the middle of the night with his ass out in some drawers and cowboy boots. Butt naked in cowboy boots. I don't know if it was drawers or butt naked, but he was one of them with cowboy boots and twerking in the middle of the street. And now nobody know where the fuck he at. You know what I mean? Stop playing with the higher power, man. Stop playing with the higher power. They're going to come back and strike your ass. Lady Gaga, it's only a matter of time if you keep playing.
Abracadabra, but in typical Gaga fashion, it wasn't a concert, it was a ceremony. Gaga appeared on stage trapped inside of a massive black wicker cage. Now to Gaga's fans, they just see a cool set design. Gaga always takes her performances to maximum levels of artistry, right? But if you've studied history or the occult, you know exactly what a wicker structure represents. This is a direct callback to the Wicker Man, an ancient Celtic ritual used for human sacrifices. Her song is also titled Abracadabra, which is inspired by the word abrahadabra that was created by Aleister Crowley, who coined it as the magical word. This isn't just artistic imagery, it's directly inspired by real occult ideas. Millions of fans are watching not knowing they're giving their energy to this darkness. None of the fans there ever asked themselves, why would one of the biggest pop stars in the world choose to perform inside of a symbol of sacrifice? As the performance went on, she wasn't just singing, she was presiding over the stage like a high priestess. She was draped in red and black feathers, the colors of the great work in alchemy, representing the final stages of a transformation. When these artists get to a certain level of fame, they are required to pay homage to the system that put them there. For Gaga, the 2026 Grammys were clearly about signaling a new phase, a rebirth. And she emerged looking into the camera with a cold, almost hypnotic stare.
I ain't gonna lie, he making this Grammy scene dark as a motherfucker. God damn. That nigga picking this motherfucker apart and coming with some goddamn facts, legend facts. Comparing the two. I mean, he's making sense though, but do y'all think it's that deep or is just a coincidence? Let me know.
Felt like she was telling the audience, the great work was completed. This wasn't art for art's sake. This was a public display of the industry's hidden side being revealed in front of millions of people who were too distracted by the music to see the ritual right in front of their eyes. Finally, we have to look at the success story of the night, Kendrick Lamar. Now, whether you're a fan or not, it isn't the point here. What we need to look at is the suspicious timing of his massive sweep.
Oh my God. Not Kendrick Lamar too. God damn it. Now you're pushing it, buddy. But let's see what you got to say. Because now I was like, I wonder if he's going to throw Kendrick under here. And here we go. Let's see.
On a night where the energy felt dark, where artists were being humiliated in their boxers or performing in cages, Kendrick was the only one allowed to maintain a prestige image. He walked away with 5 Grammys, officially surpassing Jay-Z's record. But you have to ask yourself, why now? We all know that the industry doesn't just give away awards like that for no reason. For decades, Jay-Z was the undisputed hip-hop gatekeeper. He was the one the Grammys used to validate the genre. But with the massive legal clouds currently hanging over the industry elite, from the Diddy files to the recent FBI tip line reports, the industry is in desperate need for a new clean face. They need a new golden child to take the baton and keep the machine running. Kendrick's dominance in 2026 feels less like a celebration of music and more like a strategic handoff. He is being positioned as a successor to the Jay-Z throne. By awarding him everything, the Grammys are essentially making him the new voice of authority.
Wait a minute. He's cooking. I ain't gonna lie. He's cooking. That shit made all the sense in the goddamn world to me. I was interested in what he was gonna say, and I can't even be mad because it made all the sense. This nigga's good. That's why I like his videos, the truth. Hey, he's good. He's good. That made sense.
The Academy gives one man that much power, they're making him the protected one, the new gatekeeper. He becomes the shield they use to say, see, we aren't just about rituals and shock value, we still award real lyricism. But that's the trap. Kendrick's presence gives the show a pass. It makes the public ignore the red demon eyes and the wicker cages because they're too busy celebrating history being made. He isn't being rewarded 5 Grammys for being a rebel. He's being rewarded for being the most effective tool they have to maintain order in a genre that is currently in total chaos behind the scenes. The Grammys is as industry as the industry can get.
So I take it that he's speaking from the aspect of the Grammy board, not saying that Kendrick is in on it. Kendrick is playing by their rules. He's saying this is what the Grammy board, the industry, the gatekeepers and key holders are doing, and this is why they're giving all this. So, people look like, oh, he's saying Kendrick. No, he's not saying Kendrick in on it. Because that's like, Kendrick ain't following all that bullshit. And, you know what I mean? Like, Tyler, the Creator, I'm 50-50 with that one. Kendrick, he ain't following. Nigga, he ain't finna let nobody use him as a puppet or two. Like, nigga, hard work, dedication, making strategic moves, and staying to himself and doing his thing, nigga, is what got him here, man. Like, but if you believe in all that industry gatekeeper, key holder, and powers that be, and all this type of shit going on, it makes sense what he's saying.
Are a part of the same system that validated men like Diddy and Jay-Z. If Kendrick was this resistance leader he paints himself as, why is the industry's most prestigious event awarding him with 5 Grammys in one night? While I still feel Nicki is the wrong messenger, and I explained why in this video, we have to acknowledge that even if she's a part of it, Nicki Minaj told us to watch for the ritual during the Grammy. She told us the truth would be revealed. While most people see a rapper winning awards, I see the installation of a new gatekeeper, the older leader being phased out, and the new industry chosen one has officially arrived. When you step back and look at the 2026 Grammys as a whole, the picture becomes undeniable. This wasn't just a series of unfortunate or weird performances. It was a coronated display. We saw the humiliation of a veteran like Justin Bieber stripped down in front of the world to remind us who really owns him. We saw the blatant demonic imagery of CeeLo Green and the next generation being initiated into it. We saw Lady Gaga presiding over an ancient Wicca ritual while Chappell Roan played the role of the biblical temptress.
That CeeLo Green is a reach. Like, nah, his son's just a weirdo. Like, listen here, that ain't got nothing to do with the industry. His son is just a weirdo.
And then we saw the crowning of a new industry gatekeeper in Kendrick Lamar, a move designed to keep the culture under control while the older leader phased out. Nicki Minaj told us to watch. She told us that God would reveal the ritual for what it truly is. And on February 1st, that's exactly what happened. They are now placing their symbols, their rituals, and their power moves in plain sight because they believe you're too distracted to notice. The Grammys aren't getting worse just because they're losing talent. They're getting worse because the mass is completely gone. They're no longer pretending that this is about music. It's about the message, it's about the ritual, and it's about making sure you stay asleep while they prop up their idols. But I want to know what you think. Was there a specific moment in this year's show that made you realize something was off? And did I miss something that I didn't cover in this video? If you want to see a part 2, comment part 2 below. Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be down there responding to all the ones I can.
All right, man. All right. That was one of those deep ones, man. That's what the Troop is. Troop, he always goes, you know what I mean, into another lane and breaks it all down and makes it make sense to him, at least. You know what I'm saying? May not make sense to you, may not make sense to me, but I am going to hear him out. I am going to react. Now, I can see what he's saying. I can see, at least he makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's true. Don't get it confused. By me saying, hey, he makes sense, don't mean I'm saying it's true. It just say, I could see how he could say that. At least it makes sense. Oh, she's wearing this wicker basket because in ancient times, this is how somebody shows they're sacrificing a human and she's sacrificing herself for saying, at least you made that make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't believe that shit. You know what I mean? And especially when it comes to like the Kendrick and him taking over and being a new key holder and the industry's gatekeeper and all, like, nah, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? And then keep using CeeLo and his son. Like, nigga, I don't think the Grammys knew that CeeLo and his son was gonna show up like that. I don't think they knew they was gonna show up like that. Nigga, that nigga's son that's a weird nigga. Any nigga that walk around and put that type of paint with it and keep that type of mustache and beard and is black, y'all know we don't do shit like that. That's some weird shit. You know what I mean? And again, it's a reflection of you as a father. So something he was seeing growing up made him feel that way. And CeeLo has definitely been on some weird shit himself. So how long have we been hearing that Will Smith was on some freaky, wild, weird shit since back in the day, since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air days? And what you think his son was exposed to? You know what I'm saying? And what his son was seeing and what type of people come around and what type of parties these niggas having, these freaky ass parties they having. Same with Diddy's sons. It's like, look what they were exposed to, seeing their dad do. And you know what I mean? So let me know what y'all think about this, man. Was he cooking right here? Was he making a point? Are y'all rolling? Are y'all, was Nicki Minaj right? Or is this just all some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Is this just all some bullshit you don't give a fuck about? Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to give you 2 seconds to smash a like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.